that I do. I do this all the time. I do this every day, multiple times a day. But the whole thing is there's a reason to it. There's a reason. The reason is being spiritually attacked. When you are being attacked, there's really nothing you can do. All you can do is cleanse yourself, cleanse your space, pray. You pray to God because prayer prayer is what stops everything. Because when people are attacking you, that's a demon. That's the devil. Those are people that are jealous, that are angry, that are, you know, they work for the devil. You know, that's just what it is. It's good, there's evil, and we have a choice of who you want to be. Who do you want to be? You know, do you want to be a good person, or do you want to cause havoc and hell for everyone on this world and this earth? You know, everything is a choice. You choose to be that way. Whatever is the end result, or whatever comes back to you, is because of what you have been doing with your life and with your time. You know, you can be a good person, do good deeds, and you know, and things will be better for you, and you can be blessed and live a blessed life, a fortunate life. But when you sit there and you choose to cause harm onto people, these people, they only curse themselves. They curse themselves to live a difficult life. They curse their family. They curse their children. They curse their bloodline. Whoever they're around, they get cursed too. They get cursed right with them. This is magic. This is just the way it is. This is how it is. Like, there is no rule. Like, you're supposed to know. You're supposed to know this already. Like, if you want to sit here and play in dark magic, like, know the rules. Like, know what's gonna happen, or what's the consequence. If What's the consequence of a love spell? Like, what happens when you do a love spell? What happens when you sit there and you do poverty spells on a person that didn't do anything to you? Nobody did nothing to you. You can't do evil things to someone that has done nothing to you. Whatever evil work that's being done, it's gonna backfire, because whoever you're working on didn't do anything to you. That's common sense. But common sense isn't that common. So it's like, you know what? They did all this to themselves, you know, and it's just like, oh my God. And they keep going, they keep doing it. And it's like nobody is doing anything to these people. The work, all this negative work, it goes back to them. It sticks to them. It curses them. It's just so bad. It's very bad. And it's like, how can I explain it? It's like evil. There are consequences to this evil. And it's like, don't do it, because it's gonna curse everyone in the family. It's gonna curse the bloodline. You're gonna create a generational curse. That's a curse that's in the bloodline. The future people that are born within the bloodline, they're gonna have to break the curse, because you created a curse. Then you don't want to tell no one that you cursed them, that you cursed the entire family. You don't want to tell them, so now they're just gonna have to live a cursed life. The rest of their life is gonna be cursed. And whoever comes in the future, in the next life, hopefully they'll figure out like what has happened, that someone cursed the bloodline and they have to break the curse. You know, how do you break the curse? You stop doing the same things that everyone else does. With a generational curse, I don't know who did it. I don't know who did it. It could have been a love spell. Somebody's doing a love spell to someone. Someone's doing a love spell to keep you trapped in a bad situation, or, you know, and everyone is married and in a bad situation, and then they stay. They stay in that bad situation because that's what everybody does. Everybody stays. Like, nobody leaves. Or if they leave, they're just divorced and they're single with their children. That was my generational curse. Everybody is a family full of women. There's no men. There's no men in the family. All the women are divorced. All the women have children and they're single. All the women put themselves in situations with that are bad for them. If they're not getting abused, they're getting cheated on, they're, you know, drugs, alcohol, it's just everything. And it's like, oh, and then they don't leave. They don't leave. They choose to stay in the same toxic situation. You know, I chose to leave. I divorced and I chose to stay single because I was like, I don't want to be like my mother. My mother married like 8, 10 times. I was like, oh my, and all of us got different fathers. All of us. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna be like that. And I was like, and I stayed by myself, and I left whoever I was. I left. I divorced. No, they left first, but I filed for divorce. I was like, I didn't want to be attached, you know, because once you're married, it's a legal document. You're still bound to that person because it's a legal document. It took 4 years for the divorce, and I couldn't change my name until the divorce was finalized. It took 4 years for that. But, you know, I just stood by myself. The kids were little. I was like, I didn't want more kids by a different man. I just didn't want that. Like, I wanted a family. And then it's like, if I didn't have a family, I was like, it's just not gonna happen. And I was fine like that because I knew that what I was trying to do was to break whatever it is that's going on. And I was like, I don't want to be like none of them. I don't want to be like none of them. And I disassociated from everyone in the family. Like, you still try to be there, but then they're not there for you. And then anytime there is an issue, it's always messy. It's always messy. It's always toxic. It's always problems. I don't have problems. I don't argue. I don't fight. I don't do none of that. But when I get around them, it's always like that. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be around them. And the food, it's like you can't eat from them either because they start putting shit in your food. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm fucking with them. I'm not eating from them. I'll eat before I get there so that if they offer food, I don't eat it. You know, they want to give me food to take it home, and I end up giving it away because it's like, you know, in my mind, I already know they're gonna put something in it. And I was like, I'll just give it to someone else. Like, I don't know. That's just how I feel like that. Like, they done put something in it. They're trying for me to eat it. And then I don't eat it while I'm there, and then they still want to give me the food. And I'm like, it makes me think twice. I'm like, you know what? and I end up giving it away to someone that's hungry on the train or whatever. Like, oh, here you go. I'm sorry, I don't have a fork, but here you go. Here's some food. You know? I don't know. And it's like, all these curses is from the bloodline. It's from the family. You know, family they curse you. Your own family will curse you.